If you're looking to buy a new gaming desktop, but you're also looking to buy it from Amazon, this video is going to be the right one for you. I'm going to show you my top 3 favorite Amazon gaming PCs that you can buy right now, and don't worry if your budget is not on this video, because in the description I will leave more Amazon PCs with every type of budget, apart from the PCs that I also recommend from any website. Now you might be wondering why I'm choosing Amazon to make this video, because you've probably seen a lot of YouTubers that basically laugh at Amazon PCs, but this is because they take a look at the worst Amazon PCs possible. Now there are some bad PCs and those videos are totally true, but this doesn't mean that Amazon has only bad PCs. They actually have some decent deals and I will talk about them today. So every PC that I'm about to mention, it's a gaming PC that I do recommend buying, and if you have a question about a deal that you found on Amazon, let me know in the comment section and I will help you out by saying if it's a good deal or a scam. So without more to say, let's start with the list. So with the first one, we have the Cyberpower Gaming Extreme VR gaming PC. This one is around $1,010. I wouldn't recommend going any lower than this PC for Amazon gaming desktops, especially because they are kind of overpriced under the budget of $1,000. And I think this PC is actually really good for the price. You get the RTX 2060, the i5-11400F, which is a really decent budget CPU, 500 gigs of NVMe SSD and 8 gigs of RAM. Now this is the only bad part, you get one stick of 8 gigs. You wanna upgrade this as soon as possible. If you cannot do it right now, don't worry, this is an easy upgrade that you can make later on. But 60 gigs of RAM is basically the standard for gaming nowadays, and especially because you don't get dual channel on this PC, you only get one stick of 8 gigs, and also the upgrade is not super expensive. It's gonna cost you around $60. Don't worry, you will have a link in the description as well with my recommended RAM for this PC. But other than that, I think it's great for 1080p gaming. There is no game that you cannot run at least 60 FPS on average, of course depending on the settings and the game, but believe me that you won't have any issues at 1080p gaming and you will run every single game smoothly. You also get ray tracing and DLSS technologies from Nvidia. So overall, I think this PC is actually a great deal for $1,000, and on top of that you get a mouse and a keyboard. So maybe you don't have a gaming mouse and a gaming keyboard right now, you're looking to upgrade it in the future, then you can have these two temporarily. Another nice feature about this PC is the airflow overall for the type of components that you get. You get a front mesh panel, 3 RGB fans on the front and 1 RGB fan on the back. So overall the airflow for the type of components that you get is going to be great. Of course you can upgrade the CPU cooler since it's the stock Intel CPU cooler, but you get the i5-11400F, so it's not necessary, but this is an upgrade that you can make down the line. For esports titles such as Valorant, Fortnite and CSGO, this one is more than capable of a 144Hz experience, and if you want that 240Hz experience, you wanna upgrade your RAM. This will be necessary, especially on a game like Fortnite, which is a high demanding RAM video game. With the second PC, we have a gaming desktop that is actually on Newegg as well. I recommend you buying it from Newegg because you get a much discounted price at $1,500. Here you get it at $1,650. But if you want to buy it from Amazon because you trust Amazon and you know that the return policies are great, you might want to get it from here. It's a great PC even for 1440p gaming. You get the i7-11700F, the RTX 3060 Ti version, which is really important for 1440p. Then you get 1TB of NVMe SSD, so more storage than the last one of course, 16 gigs of RAM of DDR4 at 3200MHz, which is going to be more than enough for 1080p and 1440p gaming. And on top of that, you get a 240 all-in-one liquid cooler for the CPU, so the airflow, once again, because of that front mesh panel and the CPU cooler, is going to be great. Temperatures are not going to be an issue at all, and you're getting a gaming PC that for 1440p 60 FPS is going to be more than capable, and also for 1080p 240Hz experience. You could even go 4K with this PC depending on the games that you're going to play, but let's say you want to play games like GTA 5 in high settings, you will be able to play this game at 4K 60 FPS on average without any issue. So it really depends on the monitor that you're going to get, but if you're going to get this PC, I would recommend either a 1080p 240Hz monitor, a 1440p 144Hz monitor, or a 4K 60Hz one. And because you get that i7-11700F, it's also going to be great for multitasking. But since we are talking about specifically gaming desktops, this i7 is going to be a totally overkill for gaming. And with the last PC, we have another one from Skytech. This one is this Skytech Chronos gaming PC. It has the i5-12600K and finally a 12th gen of Intel on one of these PCs. I hope they start updating the CPU really soon, which they probably will, and it's important that you get the i5-12600K if you wanna do some heavy video editing, because you get those integrated graphics that will help you out with the video editing process. And then for the most important part on a gaming PC, the graphics card, you get the RTX 3070, which is going to be slightly better than the 3060 Ti that I mentioned before. Then you get 1TB of NVMe SSD once again, and here it gets interesting because you get 32 gigs of RAM of DDR5, which is really expensive right now to get. It's not going to make a huge difference as of right now, but in the future maybe this will make a huge difference. But since you get 32 gigs, it's also going to be better at multitasking, video editing and streaming. For just gaming, it's going to be basically the same because there is almost no difference between 16 gigs and 32 gigs. But if you're thinking of streaming and all of this stuff that I've just mentioned, 32 gigs is actually going to make a difference. Once again, you also get that from Mesh panel, so no problems once again for the airflow. And by the time that I'm recording this video, there are only 4 left in stock, so if you want to get it, you may want to hurry up, especially if you're going to buy from Amazon. I think this deal is great for the average 1440p gamer, even 4K, and at the end you're not spending $4,000 on a gaming desktop and you're getting a high-end performance. So that was my whole list. If you found it helpful, leave a like and subscribe, but most importantly hit the bell button so you get notified when I upload this type of content, which I do from 3 to 5 times a week. And thank you guys for the support always. Thank you for watching this video, and don't hesitate to leave a question down below on the comment section. And if you know me, I try to reply to every single comment of you guys, so please don't hesitate to leave a question.